Welcome to another episode of Morgan's Point of View, where we talk movies, TV, sports, and other pop culture topics. I'm Morgan. This episode, we're talking about what you need to be watching this fall. This is the only place to go for fall TV preview because my opinions, of course, on TV are always correct. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to get into some latest news. There's not too much here, but I did want to talk about the Smashing Machine. I'm not going to do a whole episode on it, but I did go to see it on Saturday. I thought it was pretty good. What I would compare it to is like an exhibition game in basketball. Like the movie was created for the Rock to get off his serious acting bag, like to practice to work on his game, his acting game. Like that's what the movie was created for. It is a vehicle for him to get awards and for him to, get acclaim and to get attention from his peers for being a serious actor. That was what this was. And I thought it succeeded in that. I thought he was great in the movie. But the box office reception, so I think it got like $7 million at the box office and it was made for like $50 million. So obviously not great, but you do have to not look at it through the lens of box office and like blockbuster movies, because this is not a small, because A24 has been on the rise, but they are not at the level of like a major movie studio. This is like an indie movie. This is not supposed to be a blockbuster. This is just a vehicle for awards. So the box office truly doesn't matter that much. If it gets good box office, great. If it doesn't, it's okay, because we're here for awards in the long run, right? And so the box office came out, and then The Rock posts on his Instagram like, you can't control the box office, like this movie changed my life. If I was advising him, and mind you, the end goal is for awards, I would not post anything about the box office. The stigma already on you was that you're just a blockbuster performer who can't be a serious actor. So you don't need to worry about the box office for this. I just thought that was weird, and for somebody so calculated in a positive way, like he knows what moves he needs to make and then he makes them, I thought he would have not done this. I don't know. It's just a weird move to me. I think you probably would have done an Instagram post. You got your pictures from when you were filming. You would have said, had the time of my life. This movie really changed my life and changed my outlook on life. Nothing about the box office. That's what I would have done. It's an interesting thing to look at as we get into award season soon. That's pretty much it. I had on here LeBron James because he did this like Twitter post where he was like the second decision, and everybody thought he was retiring, but it came out that it ended up being a commercial. So, whatever on that. I don't know. When LeBron does retire, I will be emotional though. So, I'm glad we get him for another season at least. So into this fall preview. I talked about some of these shows last episode, but I'm going to talk about them again in more detail. So first off, 911 Nashville. My hype for this show has grown so much. At first, I was like, this is a cool little concept like 911, but it's in Nashville. Like, that sounds fun. I'll definitely tune in. But I wasn't really excited for it. But then when I heard more about it, I was like, this could be really good. So the synopsis is like this. In Tennessee, dedicated emergency responders balance their high-stakes careers with the drama of a powerful local dynasty where personal lives and professional duties collide. It comes out October 9th. It's created by Tim Miner and Ryan Murphy. Stars Chris O'Donnell, Jessica Capeshaw, and Leanne Rimes. It's inspired by Dynasty and Succession. So that type of family drama, Dynasty and Succession, where it's like it's so much drama that it's TV gold. Like those type of TV shows are one of my favorites to watch, where your allegiances kind of shift and there's so much drama unfolding within this family, and you're like, they are super dysfunctional. You don't know how they're still, coexisting with each other. That type of drama is great TV. And I think coupling that with a first responder show, with a procedural show at that, where it's a different emergency every week and they're trying to do this and that and they're firefighters, right, is an interesting mash of two different genres, and I'm interested to see how it ends up working out. Like, I feel like this is kind of inventive for a Ryan Murphy show. Now, Ryan Murphy did Glee. He did the first 911, obviously. He does the Monster series on Netflix. He's a TV titan. Like, he does a lot of stuff. And a lot of his stuff is not it's not the best, honestly. There's some diamonds in the rough where he like hits. When he hits, but there's some not great stuff in there. And some of the concepts that he comes up with are not too inventive or like, changing things up too much. They kind of stay within the norms of TV. But I feel like this time on Nashville, mind you, haven't seen an episode yet, but the premise and the inspiration coupled with it being a first responder show is just an interesting mashup. I'm interested to see like what's this gonna be like. I'm definitely gonna be watching that first episode on Thursday. So starting 5 season 2 on Netflix is my next one. This is an NBA documentary. It follows 5 NBA players through the 2024-2025 season. Season 1 was the 2023-2024 season. I thought season 1 was really good. I really enjoyed it. This comes out October 16th. It stars Jaylen Brown, KD, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Halliburton, and James Harden. The people that they got for this are great because all of them had interesting seasons. Like KD, the downfall of the Suns and how they didn't get anything and then he ends up getting traded. Jaylen Brown having finals hopes and then it being dashed by Jason Tatum tearing his Achilles. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had one of the best seasons we've seen a point guard have, or we've seen a shooting guard have. And so Tyrese Halliburton had a phenomenal playoff run that was amazing, and then it ended in one of the most devastating moments with him tearing his Achilles in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Like, all of this is great, great, great. I don't want to say entertainment, but entertainment. I'm going to say it. There's so much here to really get into, and I really want to know, like, what was going through their minds when this stuff was happening. Again, I didn't mention James Harden, but, like, the Clippers and what's going on with that and his journey so far and what he's actually like as a person. I feel like James Harden is one of those people, one of the most marketable superstars we've had in the 2010s that we really know nothing about. Like, when I look at the people who really made the 2010s NBA, the 2010s NBA, I don't know anything about him, actually. And that's interesting that he signed on to do the show, and I want to know why, and I want to know more about him as a person. So yeah, all of this is gonna give, and I really liked the way in season 1 they balanced all 5 people. I felt like all 5 people got storyline time, got time to be on camera and have their storyline fully fleshed out. And so I think they did a great job balancing that. Netflix never disappoints when it comes to sports documentaries, and I'm sure this is gonna hit. Sheriff Country, this is my next one. This is on CBS. It's a spinoff to Fire Country. Mickey Fox investigates criminal activity and patrols the streets of a small town, Edgewater, while contending with her ex-con father and a mysterious incident involving her wayward daughter. This comes out October 17th. This sounds really good. I definitely gave up on Fire Country. And then they let the main lead actress go for some reason. With broadcast TV, it's been a lot of budget cuts and a lot of letting your series regulars go that I'm not used to. That is kind of hard to get used to be honest with you. So I did let that show go. I thought some of the storylines were just kind of wacky and out of nowhere. And usually I like a wacky storyline, but you really have to tie it together to what happened previously. Like, they were kind of just throwing stuff out. So I was kind of like, okay. But with this, I will give it a chance. It stars Morana Baccarin. And I like her a lot. She was in Gotham. She was in Deadpool. Like, she's a really good actor. So I do kind of expect a lot out of this show, to be honest with you. I just feel like a lot of the elements are there to make this good. Now, for the surrounding cast, I'm actually not too sure who's cast with that. I just know she's the lead. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's anybody else I know in the show. But yeah, I think this is a good little TV show. Like, a lot of these shows, I do not know if I'll continue with it through the full season, but I'll definitely give it a shot in the first couple episodes. I think that's what's so fun about fall TV is you might find a show that, like, this is your new show, or you might find a couple episodes that you're like, this is cool, but I won't come back to it. And so, yeah, I'll definitely be watching. So Nobody Wants This season 2. I love season 1. This is with Netflix. A podcaster and a newly single rabbi fall in love, discovering if their relationship can survive their wildly different lives and meddling families. So the thing I loved most about season one is the chemistry between the two leads, Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. Instant chemistry, like electric chemistry, leaps off the screen chemistry. And they had 10 episodes to work with, I believe. They were 30 minutes, so it was like sitcom like length, but they really, the pace at which they were going was good. I thought that the comedy was really great and hitting. And then with a rom-com series like this, you just need your two leads to have chemistry, and everything else will kind of work out for itself. And they definitely did that with this. But also the supporting cast around them, like their siblings and their families, were really, really funny and really, really interesting characters who I definitely want to know more about. I'm also interested if their siblings end up getting together, because it felt like there was some chemistry there. But Adam Brody's character's brother is married, so I don't know how that's going to end up working out. But I'm definitely interested to find out. This comes out October 23rd. And I felt like there's not really too many of this genre of television show out, to be honest. So it definitely wills me to support it more, because I know there's not too many of this genre out. When I look at the landscape of TV, it's really heavy drama, like a drama series, or like it's a comedy, straight comedy. But this is like a good rom-com TV show, in which we really don't have a lot of rom-coms in general when it comes to movies. So a TV show, which is my preferred like medium and format, I'm definitely going to support it. I Love LA is next. This is a HBO comedy series by Rachel Sennett. It stars Rachel Sennett and Josh Hutcherson. It comes out November 2nd. A tight-knit friend group gathers after years apart, navigating the complexities of ambition, relationships, and how time has changed them. I need a comedy based on a friend group so bad, and HBO needs a hit. So this is the perfect combination for me. I just really expect this to be good, because Rachel Sennett is one of the best young voices that we really have out, and I really need this to work. I'm gonna be honest with you, because again, I haven't really seen a comedy based on a friend group in a minute, especially an HBO comedy. I don't know if I've ever watched the HBO comedy, actually. So this is gonna be uncharted territory for me. But I just, she was in Bodies, Rachel Sennett, and she was really great in that. She's a real talent, which is why I trust her when it comes to creating this show. And I know she has like a vision for it. And so I think the thing that I really like about friend group type comedies is that you continue to peel back layers of this friend group and the personalities and the dynamics within the friend group. So it's like one episode, two characters are paired off that you wouldn't expect for them to be paired off by themselves, and you get a new dynamic out of that. And you kind of have to base, or the creators kind of have to base what they're writing in future episodes off of the chemistry of the friend group. So like if two people have better chemistry than the rest of the friend group, you got to write them together more. And I think that's the thing I love about TV, how it ebbs and flows and how stuff changes just based on the chemistry on the set. And so I think this has the potential to be really, really great, and I'm excited for it. November 2nd. Next is Maxton Hall, The World Between Us, Season 2. This comes out November 7th on Prime Video. Quick-witted scholarship student Ruby unwillingly witnesses a secret at Maxton Hall. Arrogant millionaire heir James is determined to silence her, but their clash ignites an unexpected spark between them. So this is a German show, and I usually don't watch foreign shows too much. I'm starting to get into it more as it becomes more ingrained in pop culture. I feel like foreign shows have become the new thing. And so this was the first German show I watched. This is the first show I watched where it's subtitles, because I tried to watch the dubbed version where it's them speaking English, but it's live action, so like they can't like it just seems weird because their mouth isn't matching what they're saying, and it's unbearable to watch, actually, the dubbed version. So I definitely had to turn on subtitles, but I don't think it really hindered my watch. Like, I didn't find myself thinking, I have to read. It just came naturally. I was just reading as they were saying stuff. And I think this show is really great. It's a romance show, teen drama type beat. I loved it a lot. I thought season 1 was really good. Um, I thought that the push and pull of their relationship was just interesting because James is kind of stubborn in a way that I was kind of annoyed with, but I thought they kind of pulled it together towards the end. But his mom ends up dying, and his dad is like really a bad person, so that's gonna cause some friction within the relationship. And it seems like that's kind of what we're gonna be dealing with in season 2. I thought Ruby and her family were really really cute. And I thought her dad is disabled, he's in a wheelchair, and I thought they kind of painted that really well, with a lot of humanity and a lot of heart, and you could just tell her family was close. James and his family is the complete opposite, which I think added to their dynamic, Ruby and James as a couple, because like his family is very very cold. Like his mom is the only one who's really trying to reach out, but his dad is like, you about to run the company. You're about to run the company. You're about to run the company. That's all their discussions are. And you kind of felt bad for the kids. So, yeah, this was great TV. Excited for season 2. I don't know, like predictions for season 2. I guess I I don't know if they end up getting back together because I know this is based off a book. So I know there's a third book in this series. So they might end season 2 apart and then get together in the third season, as that's probably going to be the final season. But I think Prime Video is the place to go for teen dramas. Like looking in 2026, they are turning out these book adaptations like candy. Like they have a lot to come in 2026. This is the end of 2025, but the end of 2025 going into 2026 is going to be a big year for Prime Video in terms of this teen drama niche. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can capitalize and make Prime Video the home of this genre, or if they kind of falter and Netflix or Disney Plus or some of these other streaming services kind of pick up the slack there. That'll be interesting to see. Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2. Percy Jackson sails to the Sea of Monsters to rescue his friend Grover and save Camp Half-Blood. December 10th on Disney Plus. Creators Rick Riordan, Jonathan E. Steinberg, cast Walker Scobell, Leah Jeffries. So, season 1, it came in with high expectations, and people needed this to deliver because if you guys remember, there was a movie series. It was 2 movies, and it wasn't acclaimed from book readers. This is based on the Percy Jackson books. Huge book series when it comes to young adult books. Like it's in every scholastic book fair, every library 20 times over, every teacher's room, classroom. Like it's a big book series. People love these books, so there was big expectations. The movies didn't really connect with the book readers, so now was the time to kind of right that ship. Rick Riordan, who is the author of these books, has stepped in and become a creator and a big voice and have a big impact and say in what comes out of the series. So people were excited about that. And I think season 1 was good. There was stuff I would change. I think the action, which is a big part of these books, was kind of lackluster in a way. I think they just needed, in terms of camera work, like the cuts were just, they would cut, so you really couldn't see what's going on with the action. So I think in season 2, that's kind of the area they need to focus on most. I thought the acting was really good. Like these kids are really good actors, and I felt like they followed the story really closely, and everything made sense. But again, if you just let those fight scenes breathe, this takes a like 6.5, 7 out of 10 show to a 9 out of 10 show. So that's like the gap that they have to jump up to. Now, book 2, I don't know. It's okay. It's not better than book 1, but I like it. It's just interesting to see what they'll do with it because Grover, who is in the main trio, he's kind of sidelined in book 2. So knowing TV shows, they don't like to sideline characters that much because of the books. So it's interesting it'll be interesting to see if he jumps back into the fold and becomes like a main part of the story moving the plot forward or not, because again, from my recollection in book 2, he's definitely sidelined. So we'll see how that happens, how that comes to be. But my excitement for season 2 is through the roof. I really enjoyed season 1, even though I have that critique about the fight scenes. Like, this was definitely a good start, and this should be like a 5 or 6 season show. So we'll see them develop and grow as the seasons continue. Um, so yeah, that was my fall preview. I'm really excited, like, for fall TV. I think last year is gonna be hard to beat because the volume of new shows was just a lot. But I think here, it could be better in terms of quality. Like, I think each show has the potential that I just listed to be really, really good. I think the show I'm probably most excited for is probably Starting Five. I just think it's one of those things where you just captured it. You just got the right people, and it's the right moment to do it. Like, each of these seasons were very, very, very interesting, and something that you could get a lot out of. So I'm interested to see, like, what happens with that, and that's why that's my most anticipated show probably this fall. Also, Nobody Wants This season 2. I loved season 1. Like, I can't even express to you how much I loved season 1. So that'll be interesting to see again. Yeah, I think, these are really good shows. So now on to a new segment on the show. This that I came out with called Morgan's Shelf, where I talk about movie, books, TVs that are in my rotation that I've had on repeat and that I want to recommend and talk a little bit about. So yeah, let's go to the first thing on my shelf, which is Sabrina Carpenter's new album, Man's Best Friend. I love this so much. I think, Short and Sweet is gonna be a lot of people's favorites for a long time. But this was better than that, in my opinion. I think it's a no skip album. I loved every song. My top 3 are Sugar Talking, When Did You Get Hot, and Go Go Juice. I think those songs are amazing. Like, if you haven't listened to this album, go listen to it. Sabrina Carpenter is one of those artists that I think has kind of defined the pop landscape these past 2 or 3 years. And I don't think there's any stopping her, genuinely, because she's still so young, but she has so much experience. So, again, one of those people, like, yeah, this album has been the best pop album this year, definitely. The Flash by Mark Waid. Love this comic. It's from the 90s. It's a lot. There's like eight books, and I'm on book 4. So, like, 8 books is like a compilation of multiple comics, like single issue comics, together in one. And this has been really cool. Like, I think Wally West is probably an underrated character that should get more into the fold. He's kind of disappeared into the background now, but the 90s, he was hot. Like, he was the next big thing. I think the way they handle legacy, stepping up into somebody else's boots, your surrounding family, him and Linda Park's relationship is really, really great. The villains that he's facing are also really good, layered, and they bring a different challenge out in Wally, and that's what I want in my antagonist, pushing my protagonist to level up. And in this run, that's definitely what's happening. What else? Where am I at now? So I'm at the Savitar arc or whatever. Savitar is doing crazy stuff. Max Mercury, not Max Mercury. Johnny Quick passed away, which is very, very sad. Sad for Jesse Quick. It's interesting to see characters that I've seen in the Flash TV show kind of in the comics, and they're nothing like how they were in that show. It's kind of funny. But again, that's something I'm happy to continue reading. It's been a long journey. I've actually been reading this for a really long time. I keep stopping and starting back up again. But it's something I've really been enjoying. And, the Return of Barry Allen arc, that is the defining arc of this run. I haven't even finished this run, but that's already the defining arc of this run. I think that was just excellence. People hitting on all cylinders. Mark Waid hitting on all cylinders. The artist hitting on all cylinders. That storyline is something that probably defines comics in the 90s, honestly. I wasn't alive in the 90s, but I feel like that's the comic, right? Probably that and The Death of Superman. So, yeah, really, really great. The Right Move, the Windy City series, number 2 by Liz Tomford. So I started reading this like a week ago. Honestly, I need to finish it, but a lot's been going on. So this is it's in a standalone series, so like each novel is kind of standalone, but they low key loosely connect, and so you can kind of pick and choose. So I started with number two, The Right Move. I think the main characters have a lot of chemistry, so that's always great. I think the also storyline of how we got here is great. Indy, she's been through some stuff, and you know, so I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for her success. I think it's interesting. Like, I feel like it's not too tropey, even though there is tropes in it. Everything feels natural and like it's supposed to be that way. Sometimes when you read books, it's like you can tell they're obviously in it for the trope. Like they're just okay. I want it to be this trope, and this trope, and they write around that. But I feel like this naturally kind of became that way. Um, but yeah, go read it if you haven't. Will I be reading book number one in the series? I don't know. People were saying like you kind of need to because it like connects and it would be cool to go back. But I feel like I got the information I needed from book one and book two, so like I'm not confused at all. But I might go back. We'll see. I am enjoying this book though. The Runaround show and soundtrack. I love the Runaround show. It's about this group of kids after high school trying to make it big in a band, and they're kind of a real band actually. Like they tour around and stuff. And so this show was really great. I don't think it'll get the love it deserves, and I'm scared it won't get a season two. I'll be devastated if it doesn't get a season two, but I felt like it didn't have a lot of talk and hype around it, so it probably won't get a season two in this new streaming age. You have to drum up conversation, and you have to sustain that conversation for at least like 3 weeks, and I don't think they did that, so that's sad. But I thought the show was really good. It's from the creator of Outer Banks, and it's about 10 episodes. Everything is, no, it might be 8 episodes. It's 8 or 10 episodes, but everything is tightly paced. You get to point A to point B to point C really well. Characters are really well defined. The archetypes of the characters I like, and so it's just about filling that in if you get additional seasons. Thought the relationships were really cool. I loved Bender. She's a great character. And the songs, I've been listening to that soundtrack over and over and over again. The soundtrack is great. Like, I love the soundtrack. I love Beautiful Stranger on there. Shoelaces. The Valerie, the cover of Valerie on there. Like, a lot of great songs from top to bottom. I recommend everybody watch this show, listen to the soundtrack. Like, great, great, great stuff. So fall is in full swing, so that means I gotta listen to my fall music. I gotta get into the mood. I gotta walk with my fall music in my ears. And Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder is the fall album. That is fall to me. So I definitely started spitting that. As I Wish, Knocks Me Off My Feet are my top three. Love those songs. As I think is probably one of the greatest songs ever. I think it's just composed really well. It builds really well. It's just great to listen to on your ears, like the soundscape, everything hits, the lyrics. It's an amazing, amazing song. I Wish, again, a classic, Knocks Me Off My Feet. Those are the only three songs you really need in the fall. Like, I love that album. Be by Common is another fall like album. Like, you can listen to it front to back as you walk or anything like that. It's a little chilly in the air and you listening to Common. The Corner, Shy City, Testify, really great work. All of those have like meaning to them, but also they sound really good, and I think his flow is great on here. What he's saying is great. This is Common's best album easily, honestly. But yeah, I love the B album. Higher by Chris Stapleton. Think I'm in Love with You, Dakota the Fire. Even if you don't listen to country music, you gotta listen to this album. Like, this is the album. I'm anticipating his next album so much. This album came out like a minute ago. I think I was in 11th grade when this album came out. So it's been a long time, but I still repeat listen to it. I think it's his best work. A lot of people will say the song Tennessee Whiskey is his best work, but I think I'm in Love with You has Tennessee Whiskey beat. That's gonna be crazy to say, but I love Think I'm in Love with You, South Dakota, The Fire. The Fire, the way it builds and the anticipation of it. South Dakota, just the instrumental of it. It's hard hitting kind of in a country way. It's hard hitting in a country way, and Think I'm in Love with You is just the perfect just song. Like he sings from his soul, from his diaphragm. He's a great singer. I love Chris Stapleton. And then There's Your Trouble by the Chicks, the Dixie Chicks at the time. I don't know how I came across the song, but it's literally a 10 out of 10. Like I love this song. Love country music. This song, I need everybody. Like even if you don't listen to country music, you gotta listen to There's Your Trouble. Like I just feel like I don't know. I'm on top of the world when I listen to that song. Like yeah, There's Your Trouble. Um, I hope y'all liked that segment. I don't know. I was just waffling on about the stuff I love, the stuff I enjoy. I love talking about my passions, and these music books, and shows and TV shows are all my passions and stuff I want to talk about and stuff I want to put y'all onto because they're great music, great books, a great art. Thanks for watching or listening. I'll be back next week with another episode. The fall season is one of the best season in culture and pop culture. There's sports going on, there's TV going on, there's movies going on, all that going on at the same time. Expect full coverage on Morgan's Point of View. Have a great rest of your day.